Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to another review video. So today we're going to be reviewing the movie Iron Lung. Pause if you haven't seen this movie yet and you would like to. There will be spoilers, so go watch the movie, then come back here and review with me. And as always, opinions are just that. Opinions, everybody has one, and this one is mine. So if you don't agree with me or you agree with me completely, leave it down in the comments and let's discuss. But let's keep it clean. And without further ado, let's get right into the review. I am recovering from a cold, so if my voice sounds a little hoarse, that's why. I can still hear it, but this is the only day that I can really do my video. I am literally leaving for the beach right after I do this, so this is the only time I can do it. The Iron Lung movie. I just want to make it clear that I am going to leave all biases out of this movie review because I am a huge YouTuber fan. I love watching gamers on YouTube. As I've said before, Markiplier is one of my favorite gamers, so I do have a love for his videos, and I did love the Iron Lung video that he did playing the game, but I am going to leave all biases out because this is a movie review, and although I do love Markiplier, this movie was okay. So if you don't know, this movie is based off of a video game, and this game is developed by David Semensky, which I'm so sorry if I'm saying your name wrong, and Dread XP. So if you guys haven't seen the gameplay or you guys haven't played the game yourself, I would recommend going and doing it. I'll leave some links down below of some people who have played it. Markiplier, obviously, because he is the director of this movie. And you guys should definitely go and watch it before you watch this video. Or before you even watch the movie, to be honest, as well. So the story is that your home planet is dying, and you're a prisoner aboard a submarine, completing a mission in an ocean of blood to hopefully save your planet and your freedom that was promised. All you need to do is follow the coordinates given and take some pictures with a radiological camera attached to the front. Unfortunately, you have no idea what's down there, and the only way you can see what's ahead is by using the camera. You figure out that you're not alone down there, and now you must not only complete the mission, but survive. So to get right into the review, my main concern with this movie is that there were a lot of plot holes. I felt like once a story in the movie was started, I felt like it wasn't finished. There were also a lot of jumping points in the movies too. So we would get a background of Simon's life, but there were so many of them that it was hard to fully grasp just one because there were just so many, and it was kind of hard to follow the story. The examples would be the tree. So, and sorry, I'm reading off of my iPad. So the tree, which I would assume is kind of like a tree of life scenario, in this short scene, we got a small glimpse of Simon when he was a kid. And the scene was supposed to show us the significance of the tree and why the tree was so important, but it was lost on me. And it was a little confusing with no extra context given to the audience. The second example that I have is the woman on the speaker. This is more so a question. Was this a real person who was also supposed to complete the mission on a separate submarine that was lost? Or was this the monster's way of confusing Simon so that he could get the others down there as well so that he could kill them? And this is just kind of a question that I have more so because I feel like I was still a little confused. But if you know the answer, if you guys could leave it down in the comments for me, that would be great because I was a little confused about that as well. I wasn't sure if it was a real ghost from a submarine that was down there or if it was the monster that was trying to play tricks on Simon to get the others to come down as well. So, yeah. So the next example that I have is Simon's brother. So there's a ghost on the ship, and this ghost is supposed to signify Simon's brother, who helps him out. He gives him a bunch of things that he needs, tells him, the codes to the computer so he could kind of hack the system a little bit, and helps him along the way. But if this is Simon's brother, it kind of confuses me because if Simon's brother is dead, then that means that he would have had to died on the ship, right? And if he would have died on the ship, then the ship would have been lost at sea. So either they were able to get that ship up, but not the other ship that was wrecked. Or, I don't know, it was kind of confusing. It would make sense because Simon's brother was incarcerated the same time Simon was because they both did the same crime. But it doesn't make sense that Simon's brother's ghost would be on the same ship that Simon would be on. That was kind of confusing because they really didn't play too much into that either. it was really confusing. But it was really confusing on how the brother died. Like, I wish that we would have gotten a little bit of background on that, maybe like a sad scene with Simon, but we really didn't get that. I don't know. And I know that there wasn't a lot of story to begin with this movie, but I just felt like Mark had so much freedom, creative freedom with this movie, that he could have just done so much more. And I think that he was trying to, but because there were so many plots that he wanted to have in there, there's so many storylines that he wanted, they just didn't follow through. Like, there weren't any resolution to any of the stories or any of the like the background information that we got on anything. So, and I saw a lot of comments like on Reddit, because I was trying to get some answers to some of these questions that I had. So I did go on Reddit before I made this video, and there were some people that were not loving the whole like pressing the button and getting the picture on the screen. They were saying like, all it was he was pressing the button and the screen. And I understand, but that's also the game. I actually love that aspect of it. I love that he kept it in there, because that's what the game was based off of. And the fact the ship looked exactly like it did in the game, that's amazing. To give credit where credit's due, that's incredible. And also, I mean, that I know of, this is the first movie Markiplier's ever done. Kudos to him. He's never made a movie, so this was an amazing accomplishment. So I think this was great and good on him. I just think that it could have been a little bit better. But if you're a fan of the game, you're a fan of Markiplier, you're gonna like this movie. You're probably gonna love this movie. But if you're not, you'd probably be a little confused, especially if you don't know the lore or you don't know the gameplay. You're gonna be a little confused on this movie, I'm not gonna lie. I had a lot of expectations for this movie, but I felt like just being able to create one and not having any experience creating a movie, I feel like it was a good movie. But again, jumping into this and not knowing anything about the game, having any background, it's very confusing. But even having the background on the game, it was very confusing. I will have to say, this is a very confusing movie. I also will have to say that the monster was really, really, really cool. I wish we would have gotten a little bit more of the monster. It was kind of hard to see him in the final battle between Mark and the creature. I did think it was really cool, but I really wish that we would have gotten a little bit more of the creature. I don't know. That's just me. I really wish I would have been able to see him a little bit better. Also, Mark being covered in the blood was really, really, really cool. But there were just a lot of parts that, again, were lost on me. There were some, I don't want to say boring parts, but there were just some parts that I was just kind of like, let's either get to the point or like, I don't know. I really liked this movie. I just felt like it was really confusing. I feel like even when you've watched the game and you can appreciate like the gameplay and seeing the ship exactly how it is in the game, you're still going to be confused because the story is confusing. But overall, again, this is a good movie. I would recommend either watching someone play the game first or playing the game yourself to kind of get a better appreciation for the movie. But it is a little hard to follow. But anyway, that's all I have for today. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next review. Bye.